Welcome to Awaken Together with Christina.
Welcome to Awaken Together with Christina. This channel is all about raising our consciousness and how to manifest happy, healthy lives. Today, we're going to talk about 3 very powerful techniques that you can use to break through your manifestation blocks. So if you've been coming up this same situation, this repeat life cycle, that just seems to be the same situation, different faces over and over again, this video's for you. And the first thing that we need to believe that a lot of the things that are holding us back are our own beliefs. We're doing it to ourselves, guys, right? So our beliefs are creating our reality. And a lot of times these beliefs are subconscious beliefs. These patterns that we learned from our childhood, from our parents, and our parents learned those patterns from their parents, and those people learned them from their parents, right? And it just came down the line of repeating behaviors, repeating patterns that sometimes don't even make sense anymore. These patterns were created in a time that no longer exists. So what we need to do is to rewire those patterns, those thinking patterns, those beliefs. But before we can rewire them, we have to identify what these beliefs are. So how do we identify what these beliefs are? Well, when we try to manifest something in our lives, what are the questions that pop up in our minds? What are the questions that pop up? Let's say you're going to start a YouTube channel, and you know all these questions start popping up. Well, what if no one likes it? What if no one watches it? What if I fail? Right? And when you start to look at the questions, the resistance thoughts that pop up, then you can start to question those resistant thoughts. So why am I afraid to fail? Why am I afraid of what people will think, right? So if I fail, and if people don't like it, then I'm not going to get the connection that I want. I'm not going to get the love that I want. I'm not going to get the attention that I want, right? So it comes down to, and a lot of times it's a series of questions. I got this technique from R.J. Spinett. He wrote a book called Change Your Mind, and he literally took 2 weeks off of work and got a notebook and just started questioning everything that he did throughout his day, even down to the point of brushing his hair. I'll use this as an example. So he was brushing his hair, and he's like, well, why am I brushing my hair? And so I'm brushing my hair because I want people to like me. Well, why do I care if people like me? Well, if people like me, if people don't like me, then I won't get that connection. I won't get the love, right? So it just boils down, and sometimes it takes a series of 3, 4, 5 questions to come down to that root belief. And then once you see that root belief, a lot of times it will dissipate. That'll take care of itself, because you realize that it's a ridiculous belief to think if I fail, if I don't do this, if people don't like it, that I'm not going to get the love and the connection that I need, because I'm still going to have that support from my family, from my loved ones, no matter what, right? So a lot of times that'll take care of it once we see it for what it is. Somatic and holotropic breath work is the second powerful technique that has amazing results. I tried the somatic breath work recently when I was taking a course with Victor Odo, and this somatic breath work just brings up the emotion, brings up the trauma event as if you're there, and you're like in your mind, it's like you're there, you're reliving it, and it brings up that trauma. For me, it was much like a soul retrieval when I did it, because it just brought it back up, like I was there in my mind. I was feeling those feelings. I was crying. At one point, I had rolled up in a ball to release it, to get it out, right? So make sure if you do the somatic or the holotropic breath work, make sure you have tissues. Make sure you're in a private space where you're not going to be disturbed, where no one can see you, because you don't want to be interrupted halfway through this process. And you don't want someone to think you're crazy or having some kind of traumatic situation going on in the room. So make sure you have some alone time and just let it come up, let it flow. And then what I like to do after these traumatic events are released and the emotions are released, what I like to do is to comfort that soul fragment part of me, like that 4-year-old part of me, that 13-year-old part of me, and just love them and accept them and like give them a hug, right? And let them know that it's going to be all right. And now you are that person that you needed. Oh goodness. You are that person. Damn, I'm sorry, y'all. You are the person that you needed when you were younger. Now you're that person that's gonna love them and accept them unconditionally. And then invite that person, that soul fragment part of you, back into your life, back into the whole of you, back into the completeness, the whole of you, so that together you can make decisions. You need that part of you to integrate back, so that you can be whole again, right? Holotropic breath work is a little bit more intense than the somatic breath work, from what I understand. If you get a little lightheaded or things like that, then just slow your breathing down, and maybe slow it down and maybe not as deep, you know what I'm saying? But if you do a holotropic breath work, someone may be there, like in a group situation, and they can help you to kind of stabilize and balance that out if you do it in a group situation. But it is so amazing and so beneficial, and it helps you to really release that trauma. And powerful technique number 3 is journaling. Journaling has been so amazing. I just started journaling recently, in a spiritual connection kind of way, and it's amazing what information comes through when you journal. And what I like to do is to connect to my higher self before I start to journal. And I learned this technique of how to connect to your higher self through breath work while watching a meditation through dream porting by Daniel Raphael. This is an amazing technique to blow 3 breaths out. And when you blow 3 breaths out, like, it expels all the breath, and then you inhale really quick and then do another 3 for like 30 minutes not 30 minutes, like 30 seconds to a minute, sorry. And then you squeeze your body and just connect to your 8th chakra. Hold your breath. And then once you release that, there's this rush of energy, this connection to your higher self. And it really feels amazing. And then once you connect to your higher self, you can journal. And again, connect to your higher self and then ask the question. And you can ask any question, but if you're trying to remove blocks or find out what your blocks are, you can just ask your higher self, why does this repeat cycle keep happening to me? You know, where does this belief stem from? What do I need to do to change it, right? And just let the answers flow through like a channel through your hand and onto the paper. Don't try to figure out what's coming through and then correct it, or just let it flow. Whatever words come, just write them down and don't try to monitor it in any way, and you'll be really amazed. And then read it later that night or the next day, and then a lot of times you'll just be and then after you do all of this work to find your beliefs, to dig down, to release them, and to rewire them, right? You have to stop with the stinking thinking. You need to keep your thoughts in faith and act as if, like, walk it, talk it, believe it, act as if what that thing is you want to manifest has happened or is happening right now. Because the universe is listening. You are listening, right? So you can't be on an energetic frequency with the thing that you want to manifest if you're walking around critical of yourself, of your husband, your boyfriend, hello, your wife, your job, your kids, the house, the drive home. Okay, come on now. You can't walk around in a critical mindset and attract the happiness, the joy, the abundance, the prosperity that you are reaching for if you're not on an energetic frequency of that thing that you want to manifest. So you can only manifest on a level that you are on. So if you're on a complaining, critical mindset of yourself, others, situations, the past, victim mentality, your vibration is going to be down here, and that dream life is up here. Okay, you're not even on the same channel, dude. So to change the channel, to raise the vibrational frequency, you gotta get your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, your inner self-talk on the things that you want, not on the things that you don't want. You gotta complain about, no, man. Okay, so just act as if it's happening. Have the joy, the perspective, the gratitude and appreciation that it's created energetically. You know it's coming. You're taking those inspired action steps, and you're having the faith, the belief, the knowing that it's coming, that it's on its way. And I don't care what this physical world is showing you. That's old news. What's the new news? What's happening now is what's happening in the energetic world. This physical world is the old news, man, okay? And if we know that, if we know that the emotion creates in the energetic world, And once we create it and we see it in our mind that it's done, then all we got to do is receive it. We got to get out of our own way. Stop with the thinking. Stop with the second guessing. Okay, stop with remembering the old failures. No, focus on the reward. Focus with the joy of receiving. Okay, and it's not going to have any other choice but to show up. Okay, I promise. So try these steps, apply them to your life, because just learning about them and knowing them is not going to change your life until you actually start applying them into your life. You can do it, okay? This is for you. You can change your life. You can have it, I promise you. You're a creator, powerful being, and you can have it. If you desire it and it brings you excitement and joy when you think about it, it's for you. That's a communication from the universe. So take that action step. Take that inspired action step that you've been guided to take. The universe is going to meet you halfway. It's going to be there and it's going to shake your hand. So reach out for it and it's going to meet you. So if you've got anything from this video, please like, subscribe, and share it, as I am going to be posting regular videos, and I hope to see you at the next one.